Now, most people have numbers on their gates, but the man who lives at this house in North Yorkshire has parrots, because the birds themselves have literally taken over his life. Oh, and you'll need a hat, and not just to keep the rain off.
I don't think you can quite put it into words. When you're dealing with something that's on the edge of extinction, and if you could manage to rear one or two youngsters, it gives you a tremendous thrill, and you feel as if, well, at least I've been on this earth for some reason.
Ex-farmer Harry Sisson of North Yorkshire is one of Europe's top parrot breeders. 30 years of dedication to his birds and their conservation means he now has a stunning 500 birds.
If you're seriously interested in saving these species, you've got to hang on to the youngsters, and then bring them through as first generation, second generation, and build up your numbers. Because if you lose a bird with endangered species, you can't just go down to the local pet shop and say, oh, I'll have another palm cock or two. They're just not available now. They're all banned from being imported. So you must hang on to your offspring if you are seriously wanting to save these birds. And some of them are getting very, very endangered in the wild.
You've got two on your head now. What's this bird on my head now, Harry?
That's a blue-fronted Amazon from Argentina. Well, that particular one comes from Bolivia. But again, it's been bred here at the Conservation Centre, and hello, sweetheart. Yes. Yes, this one's the Queen of Bavaria's, and that's a very endangered conure, again from Brazil, southeastern Brazil.
But you've managed to breed them here?
Yes, we breed one or two of these, and they are established in captivity nowadays.
Harry's daughter Yvonne is an invaluable helper. Parrots live to be in their 70s and are considered to be very intelligent. Yvonne loves the birds almost as much as her father does, and thinks they each have their own individual personality.
Oh, look you were a bad lad. Hello, Ben, hello, George, one.
I arrive about 9 o'clock, and I don't finish actually feeding them until about 1 o'clock, and that's just basically just feeding them and checking them round and things like that. And then there's another girl here that helps as well, and she feeds them. So it's quite labour intensive. It takes a long time just to feed them, and then you've got all the hand rearing to do after that and all that sort of thing. And it takes quite a lot of. It's a 24-hour job.
They're very inquisitive birds. Are they? Can they give you a nip?
They're capable. I mean, this one's I'm playing with this grape, but they're capable. They can crack an almond just like you would squash that grape, literally. They have an immense power, but they're totally, as you see, if you give me your finger, they're just so gentle. They flatly refuse. I've never heard of anybody being bitten by a palm cockatoo, even wild-caught adults.
There's always a first time.
They don't. I don't think so with these. They're absolutely what we call bomb-proof.
Harry has his own theory that the birds must have spacious aviaries.
It's an idea that I started many years ago when I kept Australian parakeets, and I always say that birds have wings and they ought to be allowed to fly. An American technique at the moment is to breed them in very tiny aviaries. It's successful for breeding youngsters, but it's very cruel, in my opinion, on the parent birds. Keeping big hyacinth macaws with a 3'6" wingspan in aviaries 4 foot square. I think it's terrible, and I think it's got to be changed. I get great pleasure in letting my birds have some pleasure.
Harry's wife, Pat, is also a full-time worker with the birds. But when she first met Harry, her idea of parrots was really something quite different.
When I was young, I didn't like birds at all. And, you know, when they're flying around your head and this sort of thing, no. But these are completely different. You know, they're not wild birds. They're
tame and you know them all, and I enjoy them very much. You watch them grow and they're all different and they're very tame, you know. It's one thing if you're handling them every day, and they know your voice as soon as they hear you shout, they shout out to you to be fed.
These are Lear's macaws. Possibility that one of them is a glaucous macaw, and that one's even supposed to be extinct. They're ultra endangered. There's a maximum of 75, 80 birds in the world. If I could breed these, then I've been on this earth for some purpose. But they're so old, the birds we have to work with are so old, it's like trying to breed up a 75-year-old man and a 50-year-old woman. It's very, very difficult. But if only these would breed in the next year or so, then, as I say, you can't put it into words. It's impossible to put it into words. This species is on the knife edge of extinction.
For me, that says it all. So, as long as there are characters like Harry Sisson, we should perhaps forget the saying, as sick as a parrot. After the break, a man...